deep beneath the dense tropical jungle canopy. Inside a dark hollow hidden within an ancient tree, a tiny newborn pangolin named Pango rests quietly beside his mother for the very first time. Soft pale scales cover his fragile body while warm shadows flicker gently across the hidden nest deep in the rainforest. His mother wraps herself protectively around little Pango, shielding the helpless newborn from the dangerous world waiting outside the hollow. Weak movements ripple through the darkness while distant jungle sounds echo endlessly beyond the safety of the nest. Pango drinks warm milk peacefully as golden cinematic light touches the soft scales slowly beginning to grow across his tiny body. Tiny insects crawl across rough bark near the entrance while curious newborn eyes finally open for the very first time. Pango blinks slowly at the glowing world around him and carefully explores the nest floor with tiny trembling claws. Each soft breath rises and falls gently against his mother's armored chest while the jungle remains calm beyond the hollow. Then rain begins falling heavily across the rainforest canopy above. Drops crash against giant leaves while little Pango peeks nervously outside before retreating deeper into the warmth of the nest. But hidden among the darkness below, danger has already found the scent of the newborn survivor. A massive python slithers silently through dry leaves beneath the tree, tongue flickering while searching for Pango. The enormous serpent slowly climbs the rough bark, muscles tightening as it approaches the hollow where baby Pango sleeps beside his mother. Suddenly the terrifying head of the python appears directly at the entrance of the nest. His mother wakes instantly, sensing the deadly threat surrounding her helpless child. The python strikes forward violently toward Pango, jaws wide open in the darkness of the hollow. Without hesitation, the mother curls her armored body completely around Pango, transforming herself into an impenetrable fortress of scales. Giant python wraps its crushing body tightly around both mother and child, squeezing with terrifying strength to reach the hidden baby. Muscles contract harder and harder while the entire tree trembles beneath the brutal struggle for survival. But the sharper the python squeezes, the deeper Pango's mother's scales cut into its flesh like blades. Pain surges through the predator as blood drips slowly between the overlapping scales, protecting little Pango inside the armored sphere. Still refusing to surrender, the mother holds her defensive position with incredible determination while the exhausted python begins losing strength. At last the defeated serpent loosens its grip and slowly slides back down the tree into the darkness of the jungle. Safe once again, the mother carefully uncurls and gently checks the frightened face of little Pango hidden beneath her armor. The tiny newborn presses close against her while the rainforest grows quiet beneath the falling rain. Time passes beneath the tropical sun and the once fragile newborn slowly grows into a curious young explorer. Morning light shines beautifully across the newly hardened scales of young Pango while he climbs carefully onto his mother's armored tail. Together they leave the tree hollow and journey through the lush rainforest filled with giant ferns. Mossy logs, and endless mystery. Pango grips tightly with tiny claws while his mother climbs over fallen trees and through thick jungle undergrowth. Every movement through the rainforest becomes another lesson in survival. Soon his mother discovers a large termite mound hidden beneath the soil and tears it open with powerful digging claws. Young Pango watches in fascination before tasting his very first termite from the broken mound. Excitement fills him as his long sticky tongue catches insects rapidly for the first time. Determined to grow stronger, Pango practices digging with his own small claws while dirt scatters through the warm jungle air. Then night falls across the rainforest. Moonlight illuminates the glowing scales of mother and child while mysterious jungle sounds echo through the darkness around them. But hidden deep within the shadows, glowing eyes silently watch the walking pair. A clouded leopard stalks carefully behind them, stepping silently through the leaves while locking deadly eyes onto little Pango. Then suddenly a dry twig snaps loudly beneath the predator's paw. Pango's mother freezes instantly, sensing the danger approaching through the darkness. The giant leopard explodes from the shadows in a violent attack aimed directly toward baby Pango. His mother runs desperately through the jungle carrying Pango on her tail while the predator races dangerously close behind them. Chaos erupts when frightened Pango slips from her tail and tumbles helplessly into the leaves below. The leopard swings enormous claws directly toward the vulnerable young pangolin. Without hesitation, his mother leaps between the predator and her child. Using her heavy armored tail to strike the leopard fiercely across the face. The predator roars in frustration while both mother and child curl instantly into two impenetrable armored spheres beneath the moonlight. The furious leopard bites repeatedly against the thick scales protecting little Pango but cannot break through the living armor surrounding him. Exhausted and defeated, the giant predator finally disappears back into the jungle darkness. Slowly his mother uncurls and softly calls to frightened little Pango while moonlight shines gently across their armored bodies. Together they survive another brutal lesson of the rainforest. Seasons pass quickly, transforming young Pango into a powerful teenage survivor of the jungle floor. Now walking confidently alone beneath the towering canopy, Pango searches for food with sharp instincts and growing strength. His hardened layered scales gleam beneath shafts of sunlight while massive claws tear effortlessly through the earth searching for ants. Dirt flies everywhere as Pango digs into bustling colonies hidden beneath the rainforest floor. Thousands of angry ants swarm across his body, but the thick armor protecting him ignores every painful bite completely. Then suddenly another dangerous predator appears. A fierce honey badger charges aggressively through the bushes after catching the scent of Pango nearby. The powerful hunter lunges violently toward the young pangolin with terrifying speed and aggression. Instantly Pango curls himself into a perfectly sealed armored sphere just as the honey badger attacks. The furious predator bites savagely against the scales but fails to break through the impenetrable defense surrounding Pango. Again and again the badger claws, bites, and scratches wildly while Pango remains completely protected inside his living fortress. Pango vibrates his scales together, creating a threatening hiss that echoes through the jungle like a warning from an ancient warrior. The battle continues endlessly until the exhausted honey badger finally begins losing strength against the impossible defense. Breathing heavily in defeat, the predator delivers one final useless bite before abandoning the battle entirely. Only after complete silence returns does Pango slowly uncurl and rise proudly untouched from the rainforest floor. Now fully grown, Pango walks fearlessly beneath the dense green canopy as a legendary armored warrior of the jungle. Every scale across his body reflects years of survival, resilience, and battles won against impossible odds. No longer a helpless newborn hidden inside a dark hollow tree, Pango now stands as one of the rainforest's most unstoppable survivors. From a fragile baby wrapped safely beneath his mother's armor to a fearless guardian protected by living scales of steel, Pango's journey is forged through instinct, courage, and relentless survival.